everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Keenum Vikings going up against Roethlisberger Steelers.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Minnesota Vikings. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. On second down, it's Bell. And he's got some space here. Bell a first down and then some. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. This is Bell trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Ben Gideon, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6. So the sack, and now a third and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down. On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. First down, Keenum. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the deep?
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 17. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that. because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
First and goal here from the 9. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now Bell. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
They'll try again with Bell. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye. And it's 3rd down and goal from the 4. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Le'Veon Bell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. He'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A very solid gain of 27.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's Keenum, flushed out right. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed. Detroit!
Keenum will try again on second down. Flush to his right. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
All right, here we go.
From the red zone now, Keenum.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
10 yards still left on second down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Watching that, Barney. Detroit!
Keenum to throw again. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sean Lee coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. Oh, that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around at 42.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Roethlisberger. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin in there to sack him for a loss of 6. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Here's Roethlisberger. And the pressure gets to him again. Daniil Hunter. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, and it's a laser. Headed for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. A reminder, coming up tonight, Green Bay visits Atlanta. All sorts of storylines there. A playoff rematch, also the opening of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And then on Monday night, the Giants host the Lions.
So the Giants play on Sunday night and Monday night to open the season.
Yeah, 2 under the lights. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. They run with Murray. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop. That guy playing the defensive tackle position.
5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. They're going to run it with Murray. Murray fighting, lost the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And they're not able to convert on 4th down. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
Here's Bell. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. They'll go again with Bell. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And the Steelers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Bell. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will make our score 9-0. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board, but the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if. On the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. That was 2nd down run for Murray. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
You and I both know that you don't really truly replace Adrian Peterson, but Latavius Murray's a really good back. Similar running styles, too. Won't wear the same number, we know that. But when you see him run, you might see a little bit of that in him, upright with some power.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Bootleg it here with Keenum, escaping the pressure right. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On first down, Murray. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. 1:59 to go in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. Again, it's Murray. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, Murray. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
A first scoring update now from Carolina. And the Bills have taken the early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. They'll try and run with Murray. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Latavius Murray unable to lower those shoulders and get the first. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. The slot man in motion right. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
Now Roethlisberger. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And the Steelers on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is third down and 12. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this ball? You're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. They go with Murray again. And some room to maneuver. Latavius Murray past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Latavius Murray in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And oh, he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Second down following the run.
Go, 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 go.
Slot man moves right. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. So we reach. Now you folks don't know what you're missing. Missing Larry Ridley. Ready to get back, though, to this Week 2 matchup. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the pistol, they run it with Murray. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now they send the tight end in motion left. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Well, that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a 3rd and goal. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. 3rd down and goal from the 6. On the ground, it's Cook. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down. And Forbath will put this one through, and that will tie the score now at 9 apiece.
To know that Kai Forbath has kicked for multiple NFL teams, right? Washington, New Orleans. Then he took over the Vikings job when Blair Walsh ended his tenure there when he was struggling. How about his start with the Vikings, though? Made 15 straight.
Yeah, he took over in Week 10, and you're right, hit every field goal the rest of the season. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Again, it's Bell. And some room to work. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game in the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. Back to the NFL scoreboard for a second, 3rd quarter in Indy. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And tough starting field position here. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Now, that's not a call you see every day. A toss play inside their own 10-yard line. Takes a little bit of brass right there, and they were able to get a little bit of yardage.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. A 20th carry coming up now for Murray. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Now Keenum. Over the middle, complete. It's Morgan. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. They'll try the right side with Murray, pushing through the contact. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now a give. This is Murray, and he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. They give it off here to the tight end. They find some open field here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Janis will go in motion right. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped.
The defense in press coverage here. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he is knocked down from the side. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. The give is to Bell. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On second down, it's Bell. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for Bell. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Bell is so good at that. He just catches so many passes near the line of scrimmage. In fact, the unique stat line for him last year, he had more yards after the catch than total receiving yards from the line of scrimmage on the season.
That doesn't even sound real, but when you analyze his game, you understand why a stat like that can occur. His ability to catch the ball, be elusive, and also strong enough to break tackles, that allows him to gain all that extra yardage. Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
A give to Bell. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And Anthony Barr just has it all as far as I'm concerned in terms of physique, athletic ability, and now he's versatile as well. When he came out of UCLA, he'd played outside linebacker, but also down defensive end. The Vikings can utilize those same sort of skills.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And this is going to be intercepted. Terrence Newman with a pick. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters, and this is what he's always had, and that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
And the offense can string something together, but they'll need to do it quickly here to try to get points on the board and win this game. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now look at 56. Look at 50.
Now it's Keenum here off the bootleg. And some space here. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, let's give some credit to the defense. They did a nice job there as they flushed him to his right. But he is able to buy some time, extend the play, and turn it into a short gain.
The Vikings on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They go back to Murray on first down. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the wideout in motion. Keenum. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense.
Oh, man, I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now Bell fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So just about a minute to go here, tie ball game.
As fans, we love free football. But the guys in the field don't. They're going to attack and go for the win right now.
This is Bell fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, here's Bell. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And his kick is absolutely perfect. They've gone final now in Charlotte. The Bills there just continuing to pour it on. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. He'll look to throw. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Pittsburgh, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field.